What's going on, everybody? Let's do a session of this or that. In my humble opinion, do this, not that. Now, don't get me wrong. I've heard of a lot of folks who really love this one, but I've heard of more folks who really like this one. So let me tell you, in my personal opinion, both of these stories, very similar, but this one was significantly better than this one. I feel like Love on the Brain was a retelling of the love hypothesis, but worse, okay? So listen, you have your two main characters, Olive and Adam. It does contain that element of fake dating that everybody seems to like. That's been really popular nowadays. Really cute. Both of these books, very, very spicy. So don't be surprised when you encounter those scenes that make you kind of go, oh, I wasn't expecting that. But this one, two characters who, in my opinion, were super relatable. They were really cute. There are some frustrating moments where it's like, as an outsider reading about these characters, you're like, can't you just see? It's so obvious. But I feel like that's really common in a lot of romance books where the feelings for each other aren't totally realized, but it's super obvious to the audience and the readers. So we have Olive and Adam. Here we have Bee and Levi. Oh, I really struggled with this one. I'm actually surprised I finished it. I really made myself. It took me a very, very long time, but it's a very similar story, again, about scientists, enemies to lovers kind of situation. But Bee is like, she tries so hard to be different. She's got face piercing, she's got purple hair, but I actually read a review on Goodreads that really hit the nail on the head. They use the term toxic feminism. Oh my gosh, I really truly feel that in this book. It's interesting because this character is so dead set on being independent, being a strong female heroine, yet she's a constant damsel in distress the entire time. I lost track of the amount of times that she needed Levi's help throughout the book, and it was just ridiculous. Like, there is a moment where she locks herself inside a cemetery, and I thought, oh my gosh. Number one, that's really embarrassing. Number two, who does she have to call to rescue her? A man, Levi. So anyways, this one was different in that the main character wasn't so frustrating and ridiculously kind of stupid. I hate to even say that, but I'm sorry. This one, absolutely loved, gave it 5 stars. This one was a 1 star. Can't actually believe I finished it. I should have DNF'd it, but here we are. So once again, I would go with this and not this. Tell me your thoughts. If you love both of them, I think that's freaking great. You're not alone there. I've heard of Ali Hazelwood fans who love all of her work. Now I'm really hesitant to read any of her other works because I think she just came out with one called Love to Loathe You. I am scared to pick that one up because I feel like I'm either going to love it or I'm going to hate it. And I'm not looking for another Love on the Brain experience. If I want to experience her work again, I want it to model more closely the love hypothesis, which, again, it's really strange because these two novels are very similar, only I hated this one. I hated the character. I thought she was ridiculous. I thought she was inept. There was nothing strong about her. No, nothing. I can't think of anything. So anyways, tell me what you thought of these two books. Are you an Ali Hazelwood fan? Honestly, I can say I am an Ali Hazelwood fan when we're talking about this one. But when we bring this one into the mix, I can say I don't really enjoy her work. I found that very common a theme in my reading recently. Colleen Hoover's another example. Some of her stuff I really love. Her things I really just hate. So hopefully I'm not alone there. All right, here's what I wrote about the love hypothesis in my book journal, which, by the way, I'm reminded now that I read this in 2 days, so I really did enjoy this one very much. I said, this book was cliche, predictable, and wonderfully perfect. Very cute love story. Olive is playful and charming and sometimes frustratingly unconfident. Adam, he is Olive's opposite. moody, brooding, and brilliant, and painfully handsome. This book is a perfect little romance. It's nothing groundbreaking, and you won't be wowed by any plot twists or suspense, but sometimes you just need a neat little romance with some incredibly erotic scenes. I'm so glad I picked this one up. Was a nice transition from the boring, romance-less Spinning Silver. So how funny is that? I didn't realize that I had read those in succession, but I really, really did not like Spinning Silver. I actually just finished my video on that one. I found that one very dull and boring, but I'm glad that I had a nice palate cleanser with The Love Hypothesis. On the flip side, we have my review on Love on the Brain. Whew. I'm actually nervous about what I said about this one. Let's see, this one took me over a month and a half, and I knew that because I didn't enjoy it. It was really tough to get through. But I said this book had some major problems. It was very similar to her other book, The Love Hypothesis, except way, way worse. B made no sense as a character. Toxic feminist, yet she required constant rescuing. She was a damsel in distress too often to be considered strong and independent. I was annoyed pretty much the whole time. There's a reason it took me over a month to finish this book. For being a brilliant scientist, she was very stupid. Never realized Levi's affection, even though it was in her face. I cannot read another work of Hazelwood, which, now that I've had time to digest it, I do remember and recall that I love The Love Hypothesis. I'm not ready to totally write her off, but after this book, I really, truly considered it because of how much I disliked it.